Welcome to the John 3:16 Stories of Hope podcast, where we talk to people who have overcome addiction and alcoholism at John 3:16 Ministries. I'm your host, Lisa Fisher. Now let's hear another inspiring story from a resident or graduate of John 3:16 Ministries. Okay, I love to hear the stories of the graduates because the people who are at John 3:16 as a resident, I mean, they got to be on their best behavior. You don't have to be, but you're our guest. So, guest, tell us, make it sound like you're a mystery who you are, but tell us your name and what you do, and let's talk about your story.
My name's Jason Ramsey, and I have a construction company, Jesus and Jason Construction. It is. Yeah, and me and my wife have been doing Celebrate Recovery here in Batesville for 16 years. It has been doing it a long time.
Okay, so let's talk about your path. I bet it was a little bumpier than the last however so long since you've been out of John 3:16. But let's talk about your path and how you ended up at that beautiful 300-acre property in Charlotte, Arkansas.
Oh gosh, 20 years ago, me and my wife were living a life of sin. Finally hit rock bottom and came out here and started talking to Brian. Back then, there was 23 of us.
Is that right?
It's been a long time. Yeah.
How big was the property then?
I don't remember. I don't know.
It wasn't the massive, what you have now with all the homes or the...
No, we all fit on one little shuttle when we went somewhere. Literally, 23 of us. Yes.
Okay, so were you and your wife, is that when they started doing co-ed?
Oh, no, they just started that a few years ago.
Okay, so... was your wife also, did she have a path of recovery as well?
She did. So when I came to John 3:16, she picked up a Bible and fell in love with Jesus and got set free.
Do you like to say how many birthdays you had at that point? How old were you?
I came here when I was 31.
31. And what made you realize we are at our end?
Oh, gosh, living a life of hell on earth?
I know, but sometimes it's that one wake-up call. Did you have one?
Nope, I had a life of it. A life of sin that led to the bottom of the pit. I wasn't the bottom of the barrel, I was under the barrel.
Wow. Where did you grow up?
Batesville.
So you had heard of John 3:16 Ministries probably before the time you came as a resident.
I had. My grandparents were very involved with it when it first started.
Is that right?
My grandpa was an Iwo G vet, and he came out and spoke at all the Veterans Days and everything.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Wow. What a legacy that is. And so what did you think? You think there were a bunch of Jesus freaks out there?
Absolutely.
They were nuts?
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
And now you are too?
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
So you were 31. How many years do you think at that point had you been abusing your body? And I know you were separated from the Lord for 31 years, but how many years had you been abusing your body?
Oh, I started smoking pot in about 6th grade.
Yep. 6th grade?
I did. Yep.
While others were watching Happy Days. I don't even know it was on TV then. I mean, I'm much older than you. But 6th grade, my goodness.
Yeah.
And that was your gateway to...
To everything. I did, ate pills and did meth and crack cocaine, all of it. It actually took me 3 years to get in.
What?
Because...
Why?
3 years, because I wasn't ready. So I would show up. I showed up at Brian's house at 3 o'clock in the morning, knocking on his door one time.
And he opened it?
He did. Yeah. And he said, "You're not ready, son."
How did he know that?
Brian has a discernment.
I'm telling you.
That's why he does what he does.
Did he slam the door in your face, or did he hug you and say, "You're not ready"?
He absolutely loved on me. Yeah. Love leads the way here at John 3:16.
Yeah.
In all
aspects. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So did you leave there and say, "I'll show him," and snort more cocaine or drink more vodka or whatever?
No, I didn't say anything I'd show him. I just kept on the same path. And then a year or two later, my wife was pregnant with my second kid, and she was due soon. I came again, wasn't ready. And then another year later, I showed up.
For those of y'all watching at home, I'm drinking a club soda, but it does look like a bottle of vodka. And I'm sorry, that seems so inappropriate with these people, but
Thank you for explaining that and setting it,
It even has like a blue label.
It does.
And it's because I drink bubble water or sparkling water all day.
I wasn't going to ask.
Yeah, right. I just thought, this seems really inappropriate. I don't drink alcohol. It's like, this seems really inappropriate. Okay, so that's year one. You show up at the door at 3 a.m. What other unassuming tactics did you use to try to get in? Subtle tactics.
None. I showed up broken. I didn't use anything subtle. I showed up a broken mess.
How many times did you try in the 3 years?
Oh, gosh. Brian made me come to service every week for months.
Is that right?
He did. Yeah.
Huh, he really does have discernment.
He does. Yeah. He wasn't gonna let me in until I was ready because I would have left. Yeah.
Did you ever leave?
No, I stayed and graduated.
Okay, because Brian told me sometimes it takes a lot of guys 2 times.
No, let me put it this way. I've never left. I show up all the time, and this camp's a part of my life. So I never have to come back as a resident again.
Yeah, that would be a humbling step.
It is.
Very necessary for the guys and gals that do it. I salute you.
Absolutely. And if you're a graduate watching and you need to come back, come on back.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes me cry. That's so dear.
Yeah.
How long were you in the program?
6 months.
And that's kind of the minimum, right?
I was the only married man in the camp at the time. There was no other man that had a wife that was still with him at that time.
And so where did she live while you were there?
With her parents.
How far is that?
From here, probably 10 minutes.
Oh, around the corner.
Yeah.
So now the rules now are you can't see family or anything, no contact for 30 days. What was it then?
It was the same blackout period.
All right. Is that the hardest time then of the whole process?
Sort of. And it's also sort of an opportunity for us to clear and to
Yeah.
not worry about anything other than why we're here.
Now, I ask a lot of the guys and gals this because everybody has a story, but you had to have a detox period, Jason, by living a life of, running drugs, doing what you did, and then coming there. Because I think they let you bring your smokes, but that's about it.
That's all they let you bring, yes. So my
tell me about
detox was here at John 3:16.
There are lay people listening now going, well, that's not a big deal. There are medical personnel kind of clutching their pearls going, that's a real big deal. Now, I need people to know there is a medical facility if you need to go. Mm-hmm. Did you?
No, I didn't need to. No.
You did it all.
I did. Nope, Jesus did it all.
I understand.
Yes.
I absolutely understand. So, kind of walk me through that. You get there, then you had to get it. You only came in on a Sunday, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now I know Brian has changed that because he often says Sunday may be too late.
Right.
So you come in on a Sunday, you get your little knapsack and your towels, and you move into your apartment or your house. You have your own room. Detox then has got to be hour 36, 48, 72 has to be horrific.
For me, it really wasn't that bad because I dug into the Word, and back then we stayed busy. We were always surrounded by other residents. When there was only 23 of us, we were always together. I didn't go through any withdrawals. I didn't go through any.
Didn't?
I did not. Nope. And I was taking Xanaxes until the day I came in and smoking crack cocaine.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wow.
Because
Jesus is the healer, isn't he?
He is. He is. He cured me.
Well, I would love to hear medical professionals listen to that from science literature and explain that, because physiologically, the detox, we know people die from it.
Absolutely they do.
They have cardiac arrest. They die from it. It's just, it's too much. Xanax and smoking crack before you got there.
Yes. Yeah.
Who brought you there?
My wife and my in-laws. And my dad used to come out all the time. My dad's always been a part of the camp.
So, yeah, it was a part of your family story because you had the grandfather, you're in Independence County, or you're close, and I would assume Independence County.
Yes.
You're there in Batesville area. Then why didn't you go sooner? You just weren't ready. You tried. You tried.
I wasn't ready. I hadn't hit rock bottom yet.
Do you agree with Brian that you weren't ready those first few times?
Absolutely. I would have never stayed. I would have stayed a week or two and got my head clear, and I would have left. Yeah.
Then how do you how do you cut off the friends, the ones that you were doing the same activities with? How do you separate from them?
And my case is different. Normally, when somebody graduates here, they don't go back to their hometown. I came straight back to Batesville. So what I did was got plugged in with Believers Community Church right away. Started Celebrate Recovery within a few years. If the doors were open at the church, I was there. And when I did see people and they would talk to me, I made sure to share Jesus with them. They'd say, "What have you been doing?" I said, "Well, I went to John 3:16. I graduated." And, from there, we'd see where the conversation went.
Let's talk about Celebrate Recovery just a moment. That is a term we use kind of in the Christian nomenclature. And it's a 12-step group, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, it is. Whereas John 3:16 is a one-step.
Correct.
But it's also identifying hang-ups, habits. I forgot. Our pastor talked about it
That's it.
years
Hurts,
ago.
habits, and hang-ups.
I remember him saying that. Yeah. So tell me, how does it conflict with what you feel like you've been taught at John 3:16 and that there are more steps, or does it work hand in hand?
Works hand in hand because Jesus is the answer to both of these. So when you leave John 3:16, you have a great foundation. Celebrate Recovery will help you build on that foundation and go through that process of sanctification and move forward. Because when you leave John 3, you're ready to learn, to grow, and you need to plug in and Celebrate Recovery and grow. Yep.
Now, with your time at John 3:16, you're there, you're detoxing that first day, but they hand you a Bible.
I brought one with me. I still have it.
Is that right? I'd love to see the notes in that.
Yeah, still have it.
But you start reading your Bible like day one, don't you?
You do. And back then we sat in the kitchen, and Brian led the Bible studies every morning with just 23 of us at little tables. It was one-on-one. And now it's one-on-one with the instructors, but back then it was Brian.
And how many, you may have to ask Brenton there, how many or total, or Cochran or Dunn, is it almost 90 or 95 people there that they could accommodate?
Now they can accommodate 200 and something.
Oh, 200. Oh, my word.
Yeah, Jesus does big things.
I know.
Yeah, exceedingly abundantly, more than what they ever asked or imagined.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
So tell me about your spiritual interest before you came to John 3:16.
I didn't have anything in good
Did your
spirits.
family, did you come from a church-going family?
I had an uncle who was a preacher, so I got baptized when I was 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I got wet. But, after me coming to John 3:16, my older brother came 12 years later after I did. And he graduated. And then now he's doing good.
Wow. Is he in Batesville still?
He is. Yeah.
Does it worry you for the average person, because you're not average, to go back to their community and go back to their hometown?
It does. Yes. Yeah. So me and my wife have a women's transition house now. And so we help the ladies when they leave the ministries, help them transition into part of our family here in Batesville. It's Celebrate Recovery and just become a part of our life.
And who provides that type of housing? Is that just charitable organizations?
No.
You just do that?
We don't have a 501c3.
That's what I was wondering.
We just do a house. And I've always had men's transition houses. I've had 3 different men's transition houses. So we believe in helping graduates transition.
And that means getting them back into the community. Many of them have a criminal record, getting them hired, restoring them with their family.
Yeah. And helping them get driver's license and court things and all that.
Okay. But above all, still connected to Jesus.
They have to attend Celebrate Recovery. They have to attend church. 6 of my employees are John 3:16 graduates. Yeah.
Tell me the name of your company again. I have to write that down.
Jesus and Jason Construction.
Sorry.
You know what I learned here? You got to put him first.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story. What you're doing is reminding all of us, we're all sinners. We all have a story. And that sometimes the addiction community is looked down upon. People don't want to hire. They're afraid they've been burned.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell somebody listening why at Jesus and Jason Construction, your 6 graduates, that they're nothing to be afraid of?
Good guys made a bad choice. Bad choice is most of the men that come through here have extremely talented vocations. They're really good at certain things. They just were making bad choices. And yeah, at one point, I think I had 15 graduates working for me.
And they then find housing. Batesville's a little more affordable to live than maybe Jonesboro or Little Rock or Memphis.
So me and my wife also have rental properties.
Of course you do.
And out of the 40 rentals, I think I rent to probably 20-something graduates of different ministries also.
Is that right? And are you saying you have success rates of them paying the rent?
Absolutely. You know what I learned here, too? There's no compartmentalizing. All of your life has to be Jesus. Every aspect.
Yeah.
I can't say I have a business or rentals that don't belong to him. Everything belongs to him.
Oh, wow. Now tell me about your wife's journey. Did she have a past with addiction at all?
She did.
Okay, because that's why she was there. Was she a resident then?
No, she never was. She just picked up a Bible, moved in with her parents, and fell in love with Jesus and got delivered.
At the same time?
Same time, while I was here.
Wasn't that sweet of the Lord?
Oh, yeah.
And
He called us both at the same time.
That is so precious. Now tell me about your mom and dad. Did they think you were a Jesus freak or were they on board?
On board. Yeah, absolutely on board.
And now with your brother. And then what about your kids? How old are your kids?
One's 21 and one of them is 20. And my 20-year-old turned 1 while I was here. We celebrated her first birthday as a resident.
Wow. I guess they know then how important that ministry is to your life, to your future, to their lives.
They grew up here at John 3:16. Yeah.
Wow, what a story. What about somebody listening now who you said you were, what'd you say, not rock bottom, under the barrel?
Yes.
Take us back to where you were, Jason, 20 years ago. And if you heard a podcast like this, what would be the thing that would make you think, yeah, I'm going and I'm staying? Now I'm going for the week. I'm going and I'm staying. What can we do to encourage that person to make the call or go online to john316thecure.com?
Well, first, they're not watching this podcast by chance. They're
Right.
watching it because God's going to use it. Make the phone call. Once you make the phone call, show up. And God has taken care of everything in my life He did while I was here. We had a house, we had credit cards, we had 2 babies, and God took care of everything while I was here. And since I've graduated, you've already heard what He's done in my life, exceedingly abundantly. Both my daughters are graduating college in May.
Wow, congratulations.
Had I not came here and stayed, I would have either been dead or in prison, and I'd have never been a part of their life. It was to that point. So you got to do what it's going to take, which is to make the phone call, make the commitment, and stay the course.
Is the phone call the hardest part, really? Admitting?
No, that'd probably be Sunday morning, sitting through service, and then going up front after service for the interview. That's the hardest part.
Sweating it out.
Yep, sitting through service because Jesus is all over service.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting there high or, broken down, you start weeping uncontrollably, and then the emotions for a man kick in or a woman, and you want to leave, but you got to just stay. Stay.
And you had your family there encouraging you.
Yes.
And the Holy Spirit.
And graduates. So every Sunday, graduates get with someone that's trying to get in and take them down to the altar and pray with them and just talk to them a little bit and let them know they can do it.
And in that moment is when you realized, I have got to get help. This is not getting better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was never going to get better.
Did you wonder at that point what God was going to do with your life, your future?
Nope, not at all. I was just settling in the moment.
Yeah. How did you make a living before that? Were you in the construction world then?
I was. I grew up in it.
And that has a high rate of,
Drug use? Let's be blunt, yes. So when I left here, when I graduated, I started J&J Power Washing, actually. So I did pressure washing, then God just expanded it into what I do now. And so here's a cool little detail. In August, me and my wife will celebrate 25 years of marriage.
Awesome.
And this year, we've been together 30 years.
That's awesome.
So
to God be the glory.
He's a God of restoration and reconciliation.
He saved your life, man.
He did. Yeah. And through that, He saved my marriage and every aspect. He didn't just set me free from drugs. He saved me.
And you love the men that work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And their families thank you.
We are We are family.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, folks. I mean, Jason, what a story. Jesus and Jason Construction, because Jesus comes first, right?
That's right.
That's great. And you're right. Anyone listening right now, it is not a coincidence.
Yeah.
God called your life, and God called yours that day, and you listen. And that hard day, that Sunday. Now, again, we drop these on Tuesdays, but you could listen, or I think it's Tuesday or Wednesdays, but you could get it Thursday midnight, and you could still call, and someone's going to be there.
Yeah. And if they don't answer, leave a message. Yeah. If you get an answering machine, leave a message.
Okay. They're going to get back with you.
They will.
Jason, my pleasure to meet you. Thank you for doing this podcast. Good job today.
Good to meet you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us for the John 3:16 Stories of Hope podcast, highlighting the community at John 3:16 Ministries in Charlotte, Arkansas. Be sure to share the episode. If you need more information, hop on their website, john316thecure.com, or find them on social media.